case of Lorena Bobbitt taking a 10-inch kitchen knife to her husband's you-know-what became a media sensation overnight. There would be 2 trials for this. The first trial would be about John Bobbitt, whether or not he had been assaulting his wife, something John Bobbitt would vehemently deny. John Bobbitt would actually meet Lorena at a Marine Corps dance when he was in the Marines. Shortly after this, they would be married in 1989. However, on New Year's Day, January 1st, 1991, John Bobbitt would be discharged from the U.S. Marines. This discharge would actually happen shortly after the Marine base's family advocacy group had determined that John Bobbitt was abusive to his wife, Lorena. He determined this on December 21st, 1990, and he left on January 1st, 1991. But during his assault trial in 1993, he says he never assaulted Lorena. At the time in Virginia in 1993, a husband could only be charged with spousal blank if he met these 2 requirements. 1, the blank caused permanent bodily harm. And 2, that the couple were separated at the time of the assault. Because in the eyes of Virginia at that time in 1993, a husband could not have blanked his wife. Less than 30 years ago, so let that sink in. Because John Bobbitt didn't meet either of these 2 requirements, he would be charged with malicious sexual assault, which was a lesser assault charge. During this trial, it would actually be revealed that on June 21st, just 2 days before she attacked her husband, Lorena had actually gone in to file for a protection order against John. However, this protection order was going to take 3 hours, and they told her to come back to get it, but she never came back for it. Some places reporting that she just didn't want to wait for it. On a nightstand in the home the night of the attack, law enforcement would find blank pamphlets in the house, as well as a pair of Lorena's underwear that was ripped. Both of these items could be seen in 2 separate lights, some thinking that she had staged those pamphlets in order to do this and try to get away with it. It was brought into court that the rip in the underwear did look like it had been started by scissors. In the end, after a lot of he said, she said evidence, John was acquitted of his wife's assault. After this initial trial, John actually kept a really low profile and was out on a ranch in the middle of nowhere. That is until he found out about a Hooters look-alike competition for himself that he was sure he could win. Meanwhile, his wife Lorena was becoming media fodder. A lot of people calling her the fiery Latina for what she did. Meanwhile, John is featured on Howard Stern's Rotten New Year's Eve, which was a telethon hosted by Howard Stern to help John earn back his legal and medical expenses. He would rake in $190,000 from this. Lorena's trial for cutting off her husband's you-know-what was actually scheduled for December 23rd of 1993. However, this case was making the media a lot of money. Media outlets feared that with the hustle and the bustle of the holiday season, no one would tune into this. They had the court date changed to January 10th, and we'll get into that in the next part.